Now, they've actually made it pretty easy to enjoy this canyon. There's a highway that runs up this west rim over here. You guys been up that yet? Have you been up there? No? You haven't been up there. There's a real pretty drive. You want to wait for a little clearer day than this. The folks today have been in the clouds. Some of the people I flew earlier drove up here yesterday, and they just got rained on the entire time they were up there. So you got to wait for a little bit clearer day, which is actually 95% of the time. It's pretty clear on this side of the island. It's the north and east shores that usually get all the rain. We've got the winds acting a little weird the last few days. But anyway, the highway starts in the town of Waimea, way ahead of us at the shoreline, and then comes all the way up the canyon, wraps all the way around the back, and at the very end of it are some real nice lookouts over the Nepali coast on the other side.
Yeah, we were here this morning actually, and it was all foggy. We couldn't see anything.
Oh yeah, I believe that. Yeah, it's been sitting in the fog all day today. I guess it's really just clouds up there, but it sure looks like fog when you're driving around in it. Now, as we cross out of the canyon here over this ridge, you'll be able to see that little two-lane road go underneath us. There it is, right down there. And so out the left here, this town over here, this is Keikaha, and that's actually the last town over on this side of the island here. It's only 3 miles past Waimea, and both of them actually have roads that come up here. You see another road just off the left here, and that's the one that comes out of Keikaha. And they both they meet right behind us. We just run by right about where they meet, and just the one road goes all the way up to the very top. Well, there's a little bit of rain making it a little hard to look through it, but if you look off the left, you'll see our shoreline over here for sure, and that's our westmost shore. That's called Barking Sands, and the name of that beach comes from the sound the sand makes when you walk on it. It kind of crunches under your feet. It's supposed to sound like a dog barking. Now, I haven't been able to replicate that myself, but that's where the name comes from anyway. Now, behind the beach, you'll see, might be able to tell there's a lot of buildings down there. That's all part of a Navy base. It's called the Pacific Missile Range Facility, and it's only 17 miles from that beach there, Barking Sands, over to Niihau. Now, Niihau's got a nickname. It's called the Forbidden Island. You might have heard that. The Robinsons bought it directly from King Kamehameha V, and have had it ever since. They never let anybody move onto that island, but they did let the Hawaiians stay. And there's currently about 134 pure-blood Hawaiians that live over there on Niihau. Now, you can actually see it pretty well now. It's slightly behind us. If you look off the left, there's the little lump there. That's Lehua, the neighbor island to Niihau, and then off the left is Niihau. Anyway, those 132 folks that live over there, it's real primitive. They have a generator that only runs 10% of the time, so they have no electricity most of the time. There's not even a telephone or a television anywhere on the island. You get mail once a week, and everybody on the island speaks Hawaiian, so it's just a whole other world over there. And nobody lives on Lehua, just some chickens, I understand. Not too surprising, I suppose.
Kevin, where is the Nepali coast?
It's up ahead, and that's the next main thing we're going to see. Once we get over all these ridges, all the brush on them, we're going to drop right down onto the Nepali coast up ahead. Yeah, the Nepali coast is kind of the north and all the way over to the northwest side of the island, but directly out the left side is the west side of the island, so we're just kind of going up that. Now, every one of these ridges, you may have noticed, has a dirt road that runs out to the end of it. But the next one up ahead with all the golf ball looking things on the end actually has a paved road on it. That's the Makaha Ridge, and that's Makaha Point out on the end over there. Now, all those golf ball looking things are just a bunch of radars and tracking systems. They're all part of that Navy base we saw back there at Barking Sands.
were walking hand in hand on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. We were playing in the sun. We were having so much fun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii.
All right, you guys might have had the same thought I did when you first looked at a map of the island. That's why in the world doesn't the highway go all the way around? Well, the answer's right up ahead. It is the Na coast. And that word Pali means cliff in Hawaiian, so Na means the cliffs. It's super rugged, but certainly more so beautiful. Number of little side valleys too. There's one just ahead past this ridge here. We're going to descend right over the top of it. It's called Nuololo Valley, right here on the Nepali coast.
Those hot, long summer days, lying there in the sun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. The sound of the ocean soothes my rest.
So essentially all this dark stuff in the water right below us, that's lava rock down there. That's a real popular stop for all the boat tours that come over here and do some snorkeling down there. A lot of marine life and all that lava rock down there. A lot of interesting features on this Nepali coast. Just ahead here, you'll see this beach running through this. It looks like this rock here divides the two beaches, but there's actually an arch in the rock back over the beach, and the beach runs right through the arch there. That's called the Honopu Arch, and that's Honopu Beach that runs all the way through it down there. Now that beach is actually completely cut off from the rest of the island, so the only access is by boat or helicopter. And being part of the Nepali Coast State Park even requires a permit to set foot down there, so it's empty just about every single day of the year. Except about 7 months ago now, the Disney crew was down there working on the Pirates of the Caribbean 4 movie. So Captain Jack Sparrow was down there doing his thing.
On a white sandy beach.
Now this is Honopu Valley back here. A little hard to first appreciate just how tall these cliffs are, but the very back of this valley is over 3,400 feet above the ocean behind us. Might look like moss over there. There's actually plants, bushes, and trees growing on all these cliff walls. And then right back here, we'll just turn around, head back out the way we came in.
Have you seen these islands? Have you seen the beauty of this land? Do you know its people? Brothers, sisters walking hand in hand. Have you seen the ocean? Miles and miles of crystal deep blue seas. Can you smell the flowers? Fill the air with fragrances for free.
Now these are the cathedrals we're passing on the right here, and then directly below us on the left is Kalalau Beach.
This is aloha. This is aloha. This land of Hawaii.
Now this little valley just going to stick our nose in here is Kalalau Valley. This is where some of the early Polynesian settlers that first came to the Hawaiian Islands showed up. They settled back in this valley as early as 1200 AD. This rugged terrain sort of kept them contained to this part of the island for centuries. They lived back in here all the way up until 1919, before they finally peeked around the corner, so to speak, and found the rest of the island. And they all moved out for a little better way of life after that.
Each island blossoms everywhere. Have you felt its spirit? Ancient gods, their mana still lives here. You will love these islands. Nothing in the world
Now, as we cross this thin little ridge, it puts us over a little short valley. It's called Hanakoa Valley. It was actually used by the early settlers for warrior training. They would actually send their second-born son over to live in this valley throughout his entire teenage years for that. Not necessarily a bad idea. Anyway, there's a nice waterfall hiding in the back here. It's behind a crease on the right there, but you'll see it coming into view in just a second here.